On electric vehicles, as you mentioned, the government's funding new bus and charging stations through the $6 million arena initiative.
We are.
And in October, Angus Taylor says that they can charge a car in 15 minutes.
New technology, not existing technology.
And how does what he said about different...
Yeah, no, Third Labor's been pushing this around today. There's two things. We don't have a problem with electric vehicles. In fact, we've been facilitating the development of the infrastructure and the new technologies. What Angus Taylor was talking about was technologies that at present are not in general use. What Bill Shorten was talking about was how long it takes to actually charge up a vehicle today. And he clearly had no idea. I mean, go online. You can go and find those little cars that kids drive around in. They take 8 to 9 hours to charge overnight. So, look, the point about it is not whether electric vehicles are good or bad. In fact, they have a role to play increasingly in the vehicle fleet of Australia over the next decade. The problem here is Bill Shorten doesn't understand his own policy. And in typical Labor fashion, they want to ram it down the necks of all Australians. So the cheapest car you can currently buy as an electric vehicle presently, my understanding is, including all on-road costs and all the rest of it, is about $45,000 to $50,000 a year. That's the cheapest car Bill Shorten wants to make available to you to buy in the future. And I'll tell you what, it's not going to tow your trailer, it's not going to tow your boat, it's not going to get you out to your favourite camping spot with your family. Bill Shorten wants to end the weekend when it comes to his policy on electric vehicles, where you've got Australians who love being out there in their four-wheel drives. He wants to say, see you later to the SUV when it comes to the choices of Australians. And this is fundamentally the difference between us and Labor when it comes to these issues. Have no problem with the adoption of these new technologies, and we facilitate it, and we're part of it. But what Bill Shorten wants to do, without seemingly even understanding what his policy does, is trying to drive people into these decisions. And his policies simply don't have the backing to explain how he will achieve these targets. I'll give you an example. He still has not explained what will be the impact on petrol and diesel excise revenue over the next decade. I mean, the net take out of the excise is about $11 billion a year. So, Bill, what's the bill? But I will know this, when there's a bill from Labor, it always gets sent to you. You vote Labor once, you pay for a decade. That's what this year's budget showed. The first time getting our budget back into a surplus for next year in more than a decade. And the only reason for that is in 2007, we stepped away from the strong economic management of the Howard Costello government, and after 6 years of Labor, and after Wayne Swan, who I can say quite truthfully that we are currently in Wayne's debt, literally, absolutely literally. And now we begin the process of paying off Labor's debt by getting the budget back into surplus, which occurs next year with the budget we handed down this week, and we get on with the job, building our economy to secure your future.